Man, things between Jeannie Mai and Jeezy are really getting messy. I covered their divorce in a video not long ago, and during that time, Jeezy was going on the record saying that they did couples therapy and it still wasn't enough to save the marriage and stuff, like he could only do what he could do, basically making it sound like the collapse of the marriage was Jeannie's fault. And I gotta say, she played that really cool. But now Jeannie's saying that Jeezy cheated on her, and that according to their legal agreement, that means he's gonna have to pay up big time. Did Jeezy cheat on Jeannie Mai? Did he turn down legal counsel from the lead attorney and live to regret it? And is Jeannie Mai likely to get the bag? I'll tell you all that and more, so stick around. When news about the couple's divorce first broke, a lot of people, Tamar Braxton included, were asking what Jeannie did to cause it. But the thing is, Jeezy's relationship timeline is littered with failures because he's cheated on so many of his exes. Here's how we know he cheated. TMZ got their hands on the couple's legal docs, and here's what her lawyer said. Wife reserves the right to amend this counterclaim to add other grounds for divorce, but which wife does not wish to specify herein at this time, in the hope this matter can be resolved without having to disclose such conduct publicly. You're probably saying, well, that doesn't say anything about cheating, and I'll give you that. But before you go there, check out the section where her lawyer goes into further detail. Wife further shows that the court should enforce paragraph 8 of the prenuptial agreement regarding infidelity, which provides, in pertinent part, that in the event that either party engages in relations, an emotional relationship, or is emotionally or suggestive in communication with a third party via all forms of electronic communications, including but not limited to texting, FaceTiming, social media, and/or direct messages, shall result in a significant financial penalty upon the adulterous party. Basically, Jeannie's saying, okay, fine, go get a divorce and throw me away like that, but I'ma make your cheating pay for it. And honestly, if he really did cheat, then good for her. We don't know who Jeezy was supposedly talking to or cheating on Jeannie yet, but unless they settle before going to court, it's pretty likely that those details will come out if we're patient. But the thing that's most interesting about Jeannie firing back at his divorce claims is that Jeezy made so many insinuations that Jeannie was the one that cheated. He even made a whole album called I Might Forgive, But I Don't Forget, and one of the songs on it is titled Don't Cheat. He did an interview with Nia Long where he said this.
Did you go to therapy with her?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
So you actually addressed it,
Right.
tried to work through it, tried to do the work, and it just was like not happening.
No.
Well, then you tried.
Yeah.
He also said he was sad about it.
I can tell you that I'm disappointed, but again, God has put me in a different path, and that path is going to entail for me to take care of myself and to love myself.
He also said he doesn't like feeling like he failed, but I can only do what I can do. He also said they didn't meet eye to eye when it came to certain family values and expectations. According to a source, they had different views, and each felt like their needs weren't being completely met. When news of the divorce broke, an insider said Jeezy and Jeannie are still living together in Georgia, but there's very little interaction going down between them. They cross paths as they come and go from the house, but that's about it. The divorce wasn't something they discussed either. Jeannie got blindsided by it, and she wasn't the only one. I still can't believe Jeezy and Jeannie are getting divorced. I don't obsess over celebrity drama, but I just gotta know what the hell happened, for research purposes. Jeezy and Jeannie are getting divorced? What? My day is ruined. See, a week before she got slapped with divorce papers, Jeannie was online posting pictures and videos with their little girl Monaco and proudly celebrating the success of his book. She said, "I'm endlessly grateful for your voice in this world. Honored to walk beside you, my love." It really seemed like they were a happy couple. Apparently, Jeezy had been planning the divorce since at least June. And then when news about the divorce broke, so did rumors about Jeannie cheating. The person she supposedly cheated with? Her co-host, Mario Lopez. There's always been a lot of fan speculation about the two because they're so comfortable with each other. But then in August, Jeannie posted a compilation of clips with the two and comments popped off about their on-air chemistry. Okay, such great on-air chemistry. I want more. OMG, I can watch you two interact every single day. I don't think she did, because TMZ has it on good authority that that's BS. Plus, if she did, she wouldn't be pointing out that infidelity clause in their prenup because that'd be stupid. plus the fact that Mario Lopez is married and doing the family man thing. The day the news about the divorce went public, Jeezy posted some pictures with the cryptic caption, "Too focused on who I'm becoming to focus on who's not coming with me." And that's messed up, because he started planning the divorce around May, with documents notarized in June, all without telling her. And while that was going on, he made Mother's Day posts about her and went on a family trip with her to her home country, Vietnam, for their second anniversary. Let's talk about Jeezy's counterclaim for a second. He makes the claim that Jeannie has kept their daughter from him. I'm betting that's not purposeful, because not only does she have a full-time job in California, she's been working in Colombia. He made his ex drive 180 miles both ways to bring his kid to see him for an hour at a time. But I'm not sure that Jeannie's gonna put up with that type of shenanigans just because he can't be bothered to travel himself. Jeezy has lawyers, and he proved that when he snuck and got the divorce papers and all that, so he could get his lawyers to draw up paperwork that requests 50-50 custody, at least temporarily if that's really an issue for him. But Jeannie is doing good and going on sort of a spiritual journey with all of this.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, it takes every day to just really sit and just be quiet in your thoughts, take care of me. But one thing I know is, you give God your pain, he will give you his power. Girl, period.
And she says her daughter has given her strength. I don't know if I would handle this the same way without her.
Day by day, right now I'm just focusing on Monaco, I'm focusing on things that I'm passionate about, and look at the things that you enjoy doing.
And people are genuinely here for her healing. You don't owe us anything. Not a photo or selfie, nothing. Release that pressure and just live to his expectation. No one else's. Bless. Sources close to Jeannie say that Jeezy's little interview with Nia was all cap, and that it was an attempt to talk down on her and disregard everything she's endured. The lead attorney has come out with his own advice and offered to represent Jeezy.
And I want to talk to you guys about this because Jeannie did something. Why is it that the prenup was signed March 26th of 2021 and they got married, if we go up here, March 27, 2001? Shout out to Henry Resilient that pointed this out. Why they signed the prenup the day before the marriage? That's a no-no.
Did you know that prenups aren't ironclad and they can get thrown out?
Well, prenups can be thrown out too, and so I think that's something that men should be aware of as well.
So do you know why they get thrown out, Pearl?
I mean, it differs state to state.
Of course.
So there's one that if they do the prenup like too close to the marriage, basically they'll say she was under duress.
Of course.
Basically, so you can't like throw your girl a prenup the day before. There's ways to do there's ways to do it right, and there's ways to do it wrong.
So now there are two reasons that Jeezy's prenup could get dismissed. He had Jeannie sign it the day before the wedding, and she says he cheated on her. Oof, it isn't sounding good for Jeezy at all. There's a theory floating around that Jeezy used Jeannie Mai to begin with. And if you think about it, it looks like he did. He rebranded from a gangster and rapper to a family man and businessman when he married her. He even changed up his look and lost some weight. Jeannie gave him a new audience and more potential fans. And it looks like he gambled the potential to further his career off of Jeannie's name with the contractual obligations in the prenup and decided it was worth it, but only for a couple of years.
All right. So she says, now comes Jeannie Mai, wife, and files answer and counterclaim to petition her husband's divorce. She admits the allegations in paragraph 1, paragraph 2, admits they got married in paragraph 3, paragraph 4. Now let's look at this for a second, because a lot of people are keying off on this. What does she say in paragraph 4? She says, Jeannie Mai admits the parties' marriage is irretrievably broken as provided in OCGA 19-5-13-3. However, she reserves the right to amend this response to add additional grounds for divorce that may be appropriate. What additional ground is she going to add? Does anybody know?
The lead attorney sure knows.
Now, because I'm warning you, you saw what happened with Puffy and Cassie. Cassie tried to let him live, and he didn't want to agree. Cassie had to put that thing on him, and he folded. Jenny's like, listen, I'm going to just say that I'm asking you for a divorce. because the marriage is irretrievably broken. But if you make me do it, Cassie, I'm going to amend this.
This is juicy.
What does she say? Having to disclose your conduct publicly. What did you do, Jeezy?
He says that Jeezy has been relying on the protection of his prenup, and that's what Jeannie Mai decided to use too.
Enforce paragraph 8 of the prenup. You're like, wait. Jenny's like, oh yeah, he wanted to talk about that prenup. And he said he wanted the prenup to be enforced for the separate property. He said he wanted the prenup to be enforced for the separate assets. He said he wanted the prenup to be enforced for the marital assets. Well, if he's going to enforce the prenup, enforce it then. But don't forget about paragraph 8. Don't forget about paragraph 8. You're like, shit. Jeezy, what did you sign? What does paragraph 8 say, Jeezy?
He says it might even go to trial.
Cheating, yes. Infidelity, yes. Adultery, yes. Shout out to JJ. That's what she's going to amend it to. She's going to add the complaint for adultery. And if it gets testy, she might ask for a jury trial.
The lead attorney thinks that the prenup should have been drawn up and signed about 6 months prior to the wedding. And I'm kind of wondering why Jeezy left that clause about infidelity in there, knowing his messy past. Did he really think he wasn't gonna cheat this time, or did he leave that clause in there by accident? Either way, it's really coming back to bite him. I mean, I get the moves he was making with Jeannie. That was smart. He could have tapped into a whole other market and came out of it with some followers and money. But he's gotta be kicking himself not hiring the lead attorney, and he's gotta be upset that Jeannie Mai remembered that infidelity clause, because if she can prove that he was out here messing around on her, then he gets a hefty penalty against him in the divorce, and she'll get one hell of a payday. Here's what the internet is saying about this. I thought she didn't want the divorce, so he cheated and left her? Jeezy cheating is the most believable thing ever. He's a rapper with 3 kids from 3 different mothers and acts like his other 2 kids don't exist. If he cheated and part of the prenup is he should pay, then he should pay. It's usually the couples that are on constant display of their undying love that have the most going on behind closed doors. I would not be surprised either way. Now it's your turn. Are you surprised that Jeezy cheated? What do you think about Jeannie throwing that prenup back at him? Tell me what you think down in the comments.